See, some of you who are listening right now have children that you raised. I mean, you did a great job. You raised a mainstream Christian. You did that great job. And now they're having a brutal time hearing anything you have to say because of two things. One is you raised them fully in it. And the second thing is they're emotionally attached because that's where all their friends are. That's where their comfort zone is. And you're asking them to leave all that behind. Like Yeshua speaking to the one young man, and he said, come and follow me. And he says, oh, well, I've got all, everybody had excuses. What were really the excuses? I'm not emotionally ready to let go of all these things. I'm not emotionally ready. I didn't see Abraham hesitating when he was Abram, and he said, hey, Abram, you need to go. Leave everything you know behind. He just said, yes, sir. No argument. That wasn't easy. These are not easy choices. But the reason you have to leave those things behind is because if you don't, you will not covenant, because the world will not allow that. Your friends will not allow that. Your family will not allow that. They're going to attack you, embarrass you, shame you, whatever they need to do to get you to stay where they are. They do not want you to break free and go into that other place, that place called separated. That kadosh place, that separated place. He says, come out of her, my people, and be separate. Now, that's not hard to do with casual acquaintances. But when you have your heart, your emotions connected, that's really tough. We've got people that come here and they still go to Sunday church. Why? I'm not picking on them, but I know they're going because emotionally, their heart's still there. They're friends, they're family members. They've been there for 30, 40 years. They're now in their 50s or 60s. It's all they know. How do I then disconnect from that to just sit home and watch a screen and watch a stream like this? Well, he didn't tell you it was going to be easy, the choice. That life was just going to be a bowl of cherries and roses and whatever you want to call it, whatever metaphor works for you. He never said that. Of course, you got a lot of guys tomorrow on all the televangelists going to tell you that. Oh, just come to Messiah and everything's just going to be, diamonds in your hands and roses coming out of your belly button. I mean, whatever. I mean, they're just going to say all things are just going to be wonderful all of a sudden. He doesn't say that in here. He told the nation, if they as a nation kept covenant, they would have all that. We're in the punishment still. We're the ones that are being written to in John's letters and Peter's letters and James' letters. We say that we're writing to those in the dispersion. We're still there. The regathering has not happened yet, which means we're still under the second half of Deuteronomy 28, the curses. That's part of understanding covenant. The covenant had in it certain obligations by both sides. Remember we gave a definition of covenant was that on the human side, there would be an expectation of doing or not doing specified things. And that if we did and not did, or did and didn't do whatever, the specified things correctly, that there were promises attached to that we could expect to receive. That's what Yahweh said. He said, look, if you do your side of it, which is to do these things that I said to do and not do these other things I said not to do, you can expect all these wonderful blessings. That's what we say, that what does Torah do? Number one, it brings blessing. Torah observance brings blessing. Now, of course, Josh was saying, you've experienced that already to the people. He said, you already know it brings blessing. But also remember, breaking covenant, transgressing covenant, it also brings cursing. And this is, how many of you have had this experience where you did a lot of stuff for somebody, and then they went and did something totally, maybe you would think of it as rude or offensive to you, and you think, and you're upset because you can't believe they could do such a thing to you after all you did for them. You know what I'm talking about? How much that hurts? How do you think Yahweh feels? All that he does for the people, and then they would just go elsewhere and not trust him for things and seek counsel and blessing elsewhere. And so he says, fine, you want them, have them, but going there just brings death. You want life, you got to stay with me. That's what he says. Oh, but we seek after that other stuff so much.